Hi, today we're going to look at a couple of new chords, the C and the F chord. They have some similar shapes, and that's why I kind of teach them together. So let's move right on to it. So above in the chart you can see we've got the C chord, a simplified F chord, and not quite as simplified F chord. And just real quickly what they look like. Here's your C. Here's an F, here's another F. So let's start with the C chord. So if you look at the chart, it looks a little bit like a step stair or a stair step. So if you look at it, we'll go from the fifth string on the third fret to the fourth string on the second fret. And then we'll skip a string as we go down towards the floor, and we'll do our index finger on the first fret of the second string. So as you can see, it looks a little bit like a stair step. And you can strum all 6 strings, or you can just strum 1 through 5. This E at the bottom, this bass note, it actually is in the chord, but it's a little bit of an odd place. So most of the time I think we'll just do it from the 5th string on down to the 1st string. Now the F chord is just a little bit different than that, and that's why I start with the C chord. So you'll notice on the F chord in the middle there, you simply take your little finger and you put it 1 string down from the 5th string on the 3rd fret. Now, since that little finger is there, you no longer have to worry about your middle finger being on that string, and it goes down 1 string. So essentially what you're doing is you're doing your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, your little finger on the 4th string on the 3rd fret. You're then skipping, or rather you're now going to put your middle finger down on the 3rd string on the 2nd fret, and then finally your pointer finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Now in this instance, for this F shape, you would only play the middle 4 strings. You wouldn't play the 2 outside E's, just the middle 4. Now, a way to kind of help you with that is you can actually have your thumb touch the low E string so it doesn't really ring. And then the same thing is true of the high E string. You can either mute it with your palm, or you can mute it with your pointer finger just by kind of slipping your finger down a little bit so it doesn't make any noise. And then just strum the middle 4 strings. Now if you're real good and accurate at doing just those middle 4 strings, you don't have to worry about muting those 2 strings. Now the final F that you see there is very similar to the same shape we were just going through, and it's actually the beginning of a bar chord, which we'll get to later. But essentially, you put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, your little finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then with your pointer finger, you actually bar across the 2 bottom strings, the B and the E. So it looks something like this. And so a good way to practice any of these is to do a change between the chords. And actually the C and the F work well together. So you could strum a C, and then you could move to your F, and then back to your C. So work on that this week, and we'll see you soon.